Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Stasis Bone Totem, where our inventory is now just full of bloody garbage. And I don't really know what to do with any of it. It really is it is super gross. It is super gross down here. Alright, let's look at Charlie's position again. Charlie's pretty constrained. All we really have here is this routing terminal that I don't know what any of this stuff means. What if I route some things to a place? Okay, we can create routing cards. And it'll just unpunch it and then repunch it somehow. Okay, so we can turn this into a routing card for any output, provided we can figure out what we need to send where. And what we need to send where is what we need to send bear. Except the bear's the what part of that doesn't really... You know what I mean, though. We got to get this bear sent somewhere. So, I need to send bear to someplace. And we're creating the tag that allows us to do that. What product does the bear resemble, right? Because we have to specify an object, a thing, and then where it's supposed to go. So I guess the assumption would be that what is getting sent is determining where it's getting sent from. It's like you would have all of your ammo flux infusers are in one part of the base. Right? Maybe. We have no interactions left on this diving suit, so the only thing for us to do right now is this and
is in progress.
Wait for the recompression to finish. Which I'm betting won't happen until after we figure this noise out. Just a feeling I have. And there's really nothing else for Moses to do. We have a number of like terminals and stuff around here, but none of it's really interactable. And we can get back outside, but I think we've done everything we need to do out here too. I think we've interacted with everything of value. I think it's just about this. So, what kind of stuff is in this area? We have a board here. Okay, not so helpful as far as the identification goes. Not really sure how to know what to put in this system. Now, granted, this is absolutely brute forceable, right? There is no, the number of pairings is pretty small. Let me try something. Let me just go, like, let's say I want to send some scrap metal to the recycling center. Create routing card. Let me see what happens when we just shove this in there.
The story continues for all.
Perhaps. But to what end? I can never leave here, can I?
It is still a story.
Am I sending Moses to the right place?
Like tight spaces. In tight spaces, you are trapped.
This could well be a death sequence. I don't remember where...
I will leave soon.
Yeah, this is like Moses' worst nightmare, huh?
I will see the sun see.
If I cannot leave this place, my friend, then I wish it for you. Truly.
Faran?
Perhaps our stories are intertwined. We shall see.
Faran.
My Faran. I can't remember where he said the rover was. Exactly. Hopefully I've put us in that direction. Boy, this thing's really booking. Perhaps infinitely booking. It does seem like we're not actually slowing down. Well, my tag is spent. Okay. I guess I did that right enough. Where does this go? It does seem to be loading areas slower and slower as we get deeper into the game. And that locked securely behind me. Great. Lighting. The fluorescent lighting has been drilled into the carved walls, bathing the interior with anemic lighting. The slick panels shift and clack underfoot, loosened by slow submission to damp and decay. This is just some kind of huge column. The cold air thrums against the stone column, oscillating with reverberations of crashing currents roiling above.
Looks like the equipment's all been stripped away. Looks humid, too. Mossy. Charlie?
Caliban?
What?
Caliban?
Charlie, who are you?
Caliban?
You're here for Caliban. Oh, why am I not surprised?
Caliban. Who's Caliban?
The one she brought you here to find. It all makes sense now. Moses is confused.
Can anyone hear me? Anyone?
No one brought us here.
You're a boat captain. You know the odds of stumbling upon any one specific object in the middle of the ocean are infinitesimally small. Much less during a storm.
No, I was there. I was there when...
He's right, Mac. We didn't just find the rig. I knew where to look.
You knew where to look.
I couldn't tell you. You wouldn't have said yes.
Yes to what?
Caliban!
Moses is very confused.
How would she have made a deal and for what? And it would have had to have been a deal that was made before all this shit went down, right? Because once everything went sideways, there was no way to communicate off base anymore. Tugging at the door emits metallic squeals of compromised equipment, straining and failing to function. This door will not budge. We can sort of slide along the outside here. The grated panels, stained and ravaged by widespread patina and rust, groan gently under your weight. An odor of wood rot and dust drifts in from the tunnel, carrying with it a tang of expired yogurt. Gross. Well, this is fun. This withered corpse has long since decomposed, its flesh disintegrated into scattered ghoulish soil. Faded dark stains punctuate missing limbs, the sprawled form the conclusive end to a panicked retreat. Oh, well, okay. I might be able to do something with that. And we have a place for performing surgery on such a thing, should we need to. Welcome to the bone floor. Desiccated bones poke out from the floor, embedded in a swirling mass of dried matter. A malodorous scent of scorched flesh and burned plastic crawls over the surface. Can I get over here? Let's get back into the tunnel. Alright, careful, careful. The rent tunnel gapes maw-like, a perpetual silent howling, while strands of torn and toothed fabric sway... I'm reading it right, it's just written wrong. While strands of torn and toothed fabric swaying in gentle currents. An extremely convenient girder beam has bridged the chasm. That is very convenient.
Caliban! Can you hear me?
Yes to what, Charlie?
The deal I made.
Deal? You lied to me? You're saying Veron is right? You brought us to this hell?
She already said that,
You're
actually.
too far past it now.
What the fuck are you talking about? Too far past what?
It will make sense in the end. I promise.
Charlie?
I promise, Mac.
Charlie!
Caliban!
So, like, obviously, it is true that it's just wild that we stumbled upon the oil rig. Oh, it's too great of a coincidence to be believed. Except that that's how stories work, and especially stories in video games. And, like, the odds of that are not hugely different from the odds of this girder having fallen in exactly this way, such that it's traversable. You know, like, the whole thing is built on a series of wild coincidences, and gee, it's a good thing it happened that way instead of any of the other billion ways it could have gone. So, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem that silly in that context. The collapsed bridge carcass sags in death. Shards of collapsed structure lie scattered across the descending jungle of stone, webbing, and expired growth. Can I climb down here? Because there is other blue stuff, right? Yeah, something over there. But it seems like the answer is no. We must have to get out here first. Well, a relatively dry and clean room. The cadaverous tree outside stands naked, its fossilized branches straining upward for absent sunlight. Got some papers on the desk here which tell us very little. Older laboratories were outfitted with duplication machines before the development of precise 3D replicators. In contrast to modern printers, these apparatuses require replicating an existing object. Well, we certainly have some objects. Okay, some kind of drawing. Or maybe tattooing? I'm not sure what we're looking at here. Whoever did this one was very into ski-free. I get it. Who hasn't spent a few hours feeding the Yeti, if you know what I mean? It's like a pretty fucked up euphemism. It feels like it's something really dirty. Okay, so sketches of artifacts found on the seafloor, maybe? Or all kinds of things? Probably not all stuff that was found down here. Those plants, it's hard to imagine, right? No entries found in the messages folder. Here we have a picture of a woman. Some people doing who knows what. Huh. Alright. Let's dump this. Aaron Feinstein Skullwalker, professor of ancient history. Hey, this is a name we're familiar with, at least. Upon seeing the temple, Miss Chambers just seemed relieved. I know her appearance belies her age, but she expressed no joy upon witnessing this marvel. Marco told me about her condition. Could that have something to do with it? Oh, something terrible was done to this woman. I'm aware of Marco's obsession with legacy. He seems to have also imprinted it on Pandoria, leaving no room for the pleasure of rigorous research or the joy of discovery. Sometimes I catch a glimmer of that spark in her eyes, though, so I will help her find joy again. Message to Pandoria. The temple recalls the architecture of ancient Mesoamerican civilizations, but as though warped, inverted in a funhouse mirror. The sun was paramount to those cultures. Their great temples were built to reach the sky, with their most important rituals performed at the apex. Here, everything directs your gaze downwards. Should we assume their supreme deities were chthonic? How does this make sense? Well, up is just dark from here, right? Apologies for not replying to your last message. I've had trouble sleeping lately, so I'm scatterbrained. I agree with your assessment of the scripts. The temple complex seems to have been constructed around the biannual event you describe. A mysterious pre-Olmec society called the Zibhanal, maybe, is mentioned on a granodiorite stela at San Lorenzo, Tenochtitlan. Their home was a sort of Mesoamerican Atlantis, sucked into the ocean, never to be seen again. Well, here it is. I am convinced this temple was built by the Zibhanal some 2,000 years ago. It might be more like Zib, starting with like a KS sound. Zibhanal. Pandoria, please. I understand your concerns about remaining here after the cave-in, especially with Kellen's ill-advised project on the loose. Yet progress sometimes necessitates risk. We are so close to uncovering the true purpose of this place. Besides, do you wish to return to your father when you've only just left, after the way he's treated you? Please, stay. Enjoy the work a little longer. If not for yourself, then for me. Ugh, how long does it take to drill a hole? My medication is running out. Not that it matters much down here anyway. My insomnia is worse. I'm afraid it won't be long before I start losing time again. I can't allow myself to get to that point. She's right, of course. I am deteriorating rapidly. It's those statues. Insomnia should have spared me the nightmares, but they infect my reality. Those beings are everywhere, their cold black eyes boring into my soul. Yes, much as I'd love to spend more time studying this place with Pandoria, the situation could be more manageable. We must return. At this point, still thinking he's gonna get out of here and just come back later. I've started to lose time. Where is Pandoria? Could I have done something to her? Scared her? Or hurt her somehow? I must find her while I'm lucid. When I left so many years ago, I knew I was trading the comfort of family life for adventure and discovery, and I never regretted it, until I met Pandoria. These months working with her, I wanted them to last forever. I was so consumed by fantasies of a life with her, but I ignored how scared she was. And she was right to be scared. Her broken body lies below, and while I don't remember anything, I know I must be responsible. My violent need for companionship must have turned into real, physical violence. There is nothing left for me here or anywhere. I've lived a selfish life, taking whatever I could for myself, never giving to others. Enough of this. And that's an ominous way to end the final log entry in this device, so I think we have some idea what happened to Skullwalker.
Damn door. Oh, come on. Come on. Who?
Previously added to active channels.
Caliban?
What the hell is this?
Are you behind the door? Open up. I can help you. I'm here to help you.
Huh.
I don't understand.
Caliban is not a who. It is one of the 9. One of the Newmen.
A Kane AI. Charlie, what have you done? Holy hell. What have you done?
Okay, well that's fucking inconvenient. Alright. And then we have access to this duplication thing over here. Must exist in the spare parts database. Well, I think a lot of this stuff probably isn't going to. Yep, Moses is still just shooting through tunnels here. All right, well, it is not at all clear to me what we need to do from here. I mean, obviously we need to get the water wheel going again. Let's take a quick run back up here just to refresh my memory of what what was at the end of this tunnel. Right, the battery recharger. Okay. And that is it. All that's up here is the charger. Well, I'm sure we'll need it soon enough. Okay. That's not what I meant to do. We're just going to take the arm from Charlie and maybe repair it. Actually, no. This is not... I thought for sure this is what this was for. But I guess not. Just something to jam in there. Just crab it in there and make it stop spinning. Yep, okay, so no idea what to do here either. That does kind of look like the lock assembly that we're seeing here. And it sort of looked like there was something at the top of it, and I don't know. Alright, so... It's not clear to me what we would benefit from duplicating. What if I put this hand on the skin? Nope, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of an info bridge between the organic and the digital. doesn't seem like this is likely to be very useful right now. I could see a situation where it might be, but we're not in such a situation at the moment. We could cut or break some shit. We have a recording of a creepy sound. We have an unconscious scrubber. Yep, and there's nothing I can do. None of my controls have any effect here. Moses doesn't like the disembodied arm. Can you imagine? So there's not really anything else for Charlie to interact with, right? She doesn't have real access to most of the interactable objects. Yeah, like I can't get over there. We've gotten all we're getting out of this corpse. Oh, okay, there's a maintenance panel here that I just missed.
I still don't
Oh, this was
believe
locked before, though.
Still don't fucking believe this.
Not having the easiest time of it myself.
Oh, well, that's fucking ironic, isn't it, Charlie? Maybe you should have thought of that before
You wouldn't have said yes if I'd...
you got that right. I definitely will.
Is this the best of Yellow Leaf? This Pickering.
Yellow Leaf. Charlie. Does this get any worse? Or have we hit the bottom now?
I was left here to rot. The audacity, the insult. I am human. It will not go unpunished.
Well, I mean, don't
Found
take
a
it
way to
personally.
contact the surface.
Frequency.
Yellow Leaf. A yellow leaf frequency.
They want to help it.
Help it? They want to destroy Kane. That's all they've ever wanted. And if they get their hands on one of their AIs, they definitely can.
Will not go unpunished.
This isn't happening. This isn't happening. Charlie, this is one of the Newman. It's sacred. The fact that we're even talking with it.
Little time.
What is it? What's wrong?
Access life support module.
A Newman.
Okay. Yeah, the Newman should not take it personally that it was left here to rot. Because everybody was left here to rot. All kinds of people, all kinds of species, you know, it's just a nightmare. Okay. Warning, stem failure, balance buffer to 250 exabytes. Okay. Alright. So an overflow resets the buffer. So we have 245, 50, 40, 100. I should be writing these down. Here we go. Okay, I can do this. So what it was 245, 50, 40, 100. Right? This is 100? Yeah. Okay, high mem is just a hard reset. RAM is 20. This is 210. Oh, well that would seem to make things quite easy, wouldn't it? Because if we do 210 plus 40. Oh wait, it was 210. With this it was
It's,
210. Sorry.
I think this is a stem.
What's a stem?
Biotech container. Grows over time. Lets you swap different functionality in and out of larger systems.
Well, I'm no scientist, but this one doesn't look very good.
No. The stem is compromised, infected. It will cease to function soon. And when that happens...
The Cain-damned Newman dies too.
Language, Mark.
A Cain-damned Newman.
Yeah, that does kind of feel appropriate, doesn't
If
it?
that happens, if it dies,
Let me guess. Your little deal with Yellowleaf is off.
Mac,
Don't worry. I'm not going to be responsible for killing a Newman. What do we do?
it needs...
What?
A new body.
Moses is correct. Its memory must be transferred into a new, healthy stem.
And where the hell are we supposed to find that?
There has to be more stems in this place somewhere. Any large piece of complicated equipment will have one.
You will need more than a stem. You will need a system capable of transferring the AI's memory engram as well.
As if we didn't have enough to worry about.
Alright, so the most important thing, obviously, is that it knows that it's holy. Alright, Caliban in an expired stem. Is there anything else here that's touchable? I didn't think so. The bone case is made of durable plastic and metal, concealing the trillions of processors inside. But a stem often develops a personality, and more often than not, it isn't pleasant. So, wait, could I use the duplicator then to generate a new... like a new stem, right? Like the shell part. And then it's just a matter of figuring out a way to transfer it over, which might involve that, what do you call it? Not PDA, but you know, that thing that looks like a bunch of, I don't know. You know what it looks like. Nope, I cannot duplicate the shell of the stem. That's a shame. Can I help?
Mature stem locked in position.
Okay.
Data storage nerves locked in position.
Right. And now this is where we would put the new thing to... Oh! Okay. Apparently we have hit the event that we needed.
You are in recycling and reclamation plant.
There is trash here. I do not like trash.
The recycling center for the mule. A laughable attempt to destroy what cannot be destroyed.
Faran, I am glad you are still with us. I am glad we are still friends.
Where else could I be? This place is my tomb now. I will not be here long, at any count.
What do you mean?
The mule above you has lost all power now. My life support systems will soon use up their emergency fuel. When that happens...
Faran?
It doesn't matter. I do not wish for survival any longer. I only want release. But before that happens, I would try to see this story through with you. Let us keep going, my friend.
I really appreciate that. Faran, you're a good friend. A hawkish robot arm segregates passing detritus, spearing non-desirables and depositing them on growing mounds of refuse. At least in theory, it's definitely not currently moving. The termination point of the transport tube, the destination for broken equipment and disposed samples. So what is on the belt right now? Huh. Darn it, I keep clicking when what I mean to do is transfer items over, I keep clicking on people's portraits. Electrical balance of plant required. We probably do not have whatever it is that we need for this. Alright, let's just wander away for a moment. The incinerator digests the endless supply of trash fed into its roaring gullet, a burp of fire flaring up with each new consumption. Okay, everything needs the power in this area to be rebalanced, and this has seen better days. A horde of metallic clutter, seemingly funneled in from the surrounding refuse, slowly melts and congeals within the yawning pit. The hot air reeks of burned electronics and tastes like copper. There's a lot of little English mistakes in this game, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. This is a lot of text to have to work with, but I'm wondering what their editing flow is like. Large pipes funnel gas and liquids deeper into the natural bedrock. A lingering
Metal, scrap. All pieces and parts of other things. All wasted.
Everything is wasted here, including me.
No, Ferran. I could have not gotten this far without you. You are important.
I do not believe that. But I want to.
a lingering stench of urine and fecal waste. Something or someone has made this mound their home. I mean, we're seeing rats running around, so that might be all it is. Or it might be whoever this PDA belongs to. Christian C. Battagelo, General Maintenance. Per your contract, your transplants will not be covered by our insurance. Waste disposal work necessitates exposure to harmful chemicals. Your contract will cover a complete skin and organ transplant when skin damage is at or above 85%. Your current level is assessed at 72%, which is well below the level that would make you incapable of performing your duties aboard the Deep Sea 15. Kane blesses you, and we hope you have a wonderful day. Skin damage, only 72%. Almost there. Only 13% to go. Message from the Mule Medical Team. Provided you follow your medication regimen, your hands should not lose any function following your mishap with the survey drone cesium reactor. There will be some scarring and probably nerve damage. Still, we trust the prescribed medication will keep the side effects of acute radiation sickness at bay. Regarding your inquiry during your visit, your skin damage has reached 83%. We wish you a speedy recovery. Doctor's note. Christian, I recommend that you seek psychological counseling. Faulty gloves would be one thing, but performing these repairs without any protective equipment is the kind of mistake I would expect from a rookie, not someone who's been working in waste disposal for as long as you have. I don't know what's happening, but for you to continue working like this would be dangerous and irresponsible. Stop taking unnecessary risks and get help. Message to Mule Staff. I have recalled our sample collection rovers for maintenance. The cameras are clogged with bioluminescence due to overuse and infrequent cleaning. I'll be having a long talk with some of our pilots about proper rover usage. And a message to Robert Follis specifically. I know about the drone races. I've seen people coming and going from the control room in groups far too large for routine sample collection runs. Did we see the other side of this message? This thing seems familiar. I was approached by Internal Affairs about it today. To make a long story short, they should be off your back soon. I hope you realize the danger I'm putting myself in by getting involved. If Internal Affairs finds out I lied to them, my ass goes on the chopping block. Don't mistake this for an endorsement of your activities. On the contrary, these sample collectors are crucial to our research here. And if you're going to continue at the races, You need to promise me that you will be more careful. If we lose even one, it will be a disaster for us. I need this job, and I need insurance. Yep, this is a story that honestly is hitting a little close to home for me. Why am I finding dog crap all over the place? At least, I hope it's dog crap. I'd rather not deal with the alternative. Alright, just a few more heat and chemical exposures, and then it's a fresh start. Message to Robert Follis. 3 drones, Robert! 3 flipping drones, you son of a bitch! I turned a blind eye to your misuse of the sample collectors because I thought it would improve morale, but this is unacceptable, so the drone races are done. I've managed to cobble together 1 UAV, and it still needs its stem to be flashed and another propeller. And I tell you to be careful with my drones, and this is what you do? Oh, corporate will hear about this in my conference call with them next week. From the Mule Supervisory Board, CC Mule staff. This morning, a blockage was reported in the incinerator. Mrs. Battagelo volunteered to climb in and investigate the jam herself without prompting. She crawled into the incinerator. As she cleared it, backed up heat from previous incineration attempts engulfed her, burning through her suit. Mrs. Battagelo was extracted from the blast chamber and immediately sent DS-15 side for evacuation and treatment. Well, that probably, triggers the new skin thing, so that's... Alright. Cartons and wrappers shift slightly as unseen rodents and scavenging insects feed on their dregs. Yeah, I bet this area is just it's like positively breathing.
You will find what you need here.
A boat. Moses has found a boat.
Hey, good job, Bear. It's the rover.
The Kalan?
The Kalan.
Get a closer look. Let's see what we've got to work with.
Yeah, I figured I was supposed to send Moses to the place where,
You are in UAV maintenance.
to the place where Ferran told us the rover was. I just didn't remember where that was. And if that use of the direction tag of the tag thing had kicked back on us, I would have looked it up. But I was kind of curious what would happen when it failed, if it would give us any more information. And it turns out we just accidentally got it right on the first guess. Entrapped by the collapsed earth, drenched by a shower of silt, the sub is now of little use. Well, we're going to fix that. A puddle of silty seawater sloshes about the base of the otherwise empty crate. A blank form taped to the exterior requests the dates and locations of recovered samples. A behemothik underwater vehicle, trapped and tilted by an avalanche of mud. Sludge has filled every nook and cranny of the interior. A nameplate reading USV Roger Kalan is barely discernible through the coating of sludge. Let's get around this side here. The vehicle's electronics are utterly vacant of life. A vacant mechanical shells. This is this vehicle, though. Someone's PDA. Finding a lot of these today. Robert Plasma Wasp Follis, Aqua Robotics. Robotics has not paid nearly enough to cover my debt, let alone any extramural activities. My techie noggin patches are also stretching my budget. Corporate shut down my burgeoning holodancer business, and I lost a stack of crypto and hard currency in the bucket of mud fiasco. In short, I need to make a few quick bucks. But how? Huh, the answer was right in front of me. Drones. Sample collectors and repair bots. Just hook up a VR headset, plot a track, and take a toaster out for an underwater spin at 100 miles per hour. Let the betting begin. Now, who would have thought that a baseload of bored workers would be itching to gamble away their wages and cigarette change? Well, I did. This guy over here is making bank. The old DS-15 cook came through and gave me the security codes for the entire Mule surveillance system. I've integrated them into my visual cortex. Now I can see every camera feed on the Mule without blinking. That feels like a lot of information. Alright, it took an hour to lure 2 scrubber bastards into a sample collection basket. The plan is for these techno-lobsters to max out the speed of my racing drones. Their small bio-battery is way more efficient than the 21st century sodium shit I've been using. Gotta be careful, though. Seems the drones can't hold more than 200 volts. Screenshot? That seems very significant. I'll need a few hundred electric varmints, so I removed the breedlock protocol and put on some classic jazz. Now the horny critters are multiplying like rabbits in my fish tank. I'm gonna need a bigger tank. Okay. I think this answers a question from earlier. I've juiced my neural pathways again with the latest V811.1 patch. The pimping brain power I possess is frankly ridiculous. I've also partitioned my drone racing and extracurricular activity memory, so they can't peer into my mind again. Sure, that was part of the deal. Kane upgrades your brain and gets access to your thoughts in return. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. Oh, we had a spectacular crash last night. I powered up my sample collector with 2 pissed-off scrubbers. The collector was about 500 meters from the finish line, traveling a Mach 2. It became unresponsive and scrambled into the dig site entrance, ripping open the blister. Oh, let's pray the scrubbers didn't survive. I wouldn't want them out there fornicating with the wildlife. Unfortunately, a hacked message to the Mule Supervisory Board, one that Mr. Follis was not probably cleared to see. The investigation by Christian C. Battagelo into the misuse of company equipment by Robert Follis, as requested by Bruno Correa, has been inconclusive. Follis's behavior during the past few days has been unremarkable. Everyone interviewed denied any potential wrongdoing by Follis or any other crew while piloting the ERV and AUV sample collectors. We will remain vigilant but tentatively close this investigation, to be reopened if more evidence of misconduct comes to light. Yeah, everybody's so into the drone races that they're probably having a hard time getting clean testimony. I definitely dodged a bullet there. Fortunately, Korea is crazier than an outhouse rat. He constantly mutters about almond-eyed aliens, peppering his conspiracy theories with construction terms. How he's made it this far in his career is beyond me. Message to Matt Barton. Matt, are you trying to get me court-martialed? The Eye of Sauron is already trained on me, and now you've lost a sample collector on my watch. I'll find an old UAV to match the serials. I have a new stem on ice which should fool the auditors, for now. Okay, so those scrubbers did survive the unfortunate drone crash. What a shit show. At first I thought that's why lockdown was initiated. Then one of my UAV drones left dry dock, but here's the kicker, I didn't authorize it. The order came from the goddamn DS-15. Luckily, a quick hack was all it took to down the bugger. It was loaded with seismic charges. Well, it turns out I was wrong. Bigger shit hit the proverbial fan simultaneously. Not sure which scenario's worse. Alright, to Matt Barton. Matt, I managed to decode the lockdown team's comms. They're gonna blow the DS-15, the mule elevator, and goodness knows what else. Corporate's gonna leave us here to rot. I've jammed their local channels, but the bell's already heading up. I entered a manual override to return the bell 15 minutes after the SEC team reaches the platform above. Let's hope they don't notice. Then we have an 82-minute window to cut the resource tether. After that, it should drop the deep-sea connection and cut the self-destruct. No kill signal means no big explosion. Yeah. But first, I need you to get us some diving suits. We're riding out this apocalypse together. Get going, brother. I really like how complicated this got. Like, they brought in... Something went wrong. They brought in the Black Ops team. But, like, the thing that went wrong was already complicated by so many different people's individual motives. And what's-his-name letting the PS-139 loose into the atmosphere. And then the Spec Ops team got all fucked up by the, you know, professional computer engineers and stuff working on site. And, like, I love how messy this is. It's a story with a lot of ins and outs, a lot of things going on. Oily rainbow reflections and a chemical odor quickly betray the presence of leaking gasoline. A perpetual trickle pours from the abandoned fuel line, mixing into the mud flow. It's awfully pretty. So what is this that I can take a look at? It is a periodic table with a lot of the elements crossed out for some reason. And an indication, something about carbon. Very important. Well, we'll probably need this for later.
Charlie, this seems wrong.
Wrong's an understatement. It's a fucking wreck. Look at it.
This is... I am sorry. I had hoped it would be in better condition. I have failed you.
It's not your fault, Ferran. You couldn't know.
Either way, now our exit strategy's back to square one. We need another way out.
I mean, it's just, you know, muddy and also tilted and also buried. A collection of supplies seemingly stashed away below the stranded vehicle. Containers of oil, water, and fuel slowly oxidate and submerge in the mud flow. We have a door here, lifeless, shut in perpetuity. That's not... okay. A mudslide is poured into the moon pool, congesting it with globules of silt, rock, and slimed dirt. I mean, it seems to be largely intact. If we could just figure out a way to get it out of there. Let's see about this. What's through here? Oh wait, sorry. This is how we came in. What am I doing? So did we look at all of the interactables already? No,
Mac,
there's this launch
is
tube.
this useful?
Maybe. Looks like a launch tube for smaller subs. Drones.
Okay, well that doesn't seem to do anything. The tube is blocked. Well, I just launched whatever was in there. Now it just says tube ready. Huh, but I can't interact with the... That's weird.
Charlie Mac, Moses can fit inside.
Yeah, Mose. It's missing a propeller, though.
Then it will not swim.
Not like that.
I mean,
Two problems to solve.
Yeah. Need a second propeller. And the tube's blocked.
Wait, look! There's a stem on this thing, probably to automate it. Moses, find it.
My Charlie.
Yeah, okay. Where would the stem be?
Moses, you found the stem!
I am a very smart bear now.
How's he gonna get to it, though?
A valid question.
Oh, come on. Give me a little bit of credit. No, can I not get that in there? It feels like you'd be able to, right? Because you can see like there's light. This thing's not. It's not a watertight seal. Well, I'm assuming the saw blade is probably our propeller. I'm really surprised this rib spreader doesn't work. All right, let me. Will this work as a propeller? It will not. Damn. Ah, but we can duplicate this thing. The duplicator is where Charlie is, right? Battered, but still perfectly functional.
Moses,
My Charlie.
we're going to need some things.
Carbon. Okay. I mean, I have no idea what any of this shit is made of. This is probably not. It's probably not just carbon and titanium. Let's try to like rub stuff on the problem until it goes away. Nope, that's all of our objects. Sorry, we have this stuff. No. Okay. We sure do break things down and convert them into other things a lot around here. I'm assuming he's not going to let us through until we resolve the getting the other stem problem. Well, this could be a thing where I have Max smash a bunch of shit. Smash it. Nope. How about this one? Fuck this thing. Nope. Skull? Smash a skull? Nope. Won't do that. Rib spreader seems important. Fuck this arm, perhaps? Yes. Okay. Sometimes pneumatics could be helpful to pry something open. And then a synthetic arm. Just dead meat. Which has its uses. Like punching. Okay. Do you want this arm? This arm is made of stuff. Look at how fancy the coating is. That could be titanium. You don't know. What would we want to connect this to? Use it to force some things apart, but... Well, if I combine the... Hold on. We could combine these into a device that pushes a thing apart and holds it apart.
Oh man, bet this thing could bend metal now.
Okay. And then we can get our stem. I still don't like it. No, you should like it even less now. I do feel like it sucks a little bit that trying to use the rib spreader here doesn't give you a failure message that's like, the problem is I don't have enough force, I'm not strong enough, or whatever.
I have the stem.
Good job, sweetheart. We need that to help Caliban.
Assuming that's a good idea.
The rover is no longer automated. You now must manually pilot it. Is that something you can do, my friend?
He can do anything. Can't you, Mose?
I am a very smart bear now.
What a weird thing for Mose to say to the mini substem. Knock knock anybody home. Well, now we can do this. Ugh, I'll never forget the first time an AI spoke to me. I was sitting at my desk working on some reports when a voice said, I used to play piano by ear. Now I use my hands. Yeah, they're weird. It's programmed with a sense of humor. I appreciate that.
Juvenile stem locked in position.
Great. More science stuff.
Smart Mac.
Don't jinx it.
Okay, who has any idea what I'm looking for here? It's a long string of numbers. I mean, it's too long to just guess at, right? Did we see... Oh, man. The answer is probably some picture in some computer somewhere. That's going to be really annoying to track down. All right. Tell you what. We're about an hour in here. I think that's where I'm going to end the episode. And I will go look through our library of photographs and stuff on my own time. And I will come back to you with hope, at the very least. I will come back to you hopefully with the numbers we need. And if not, then maybe we'll have to try some other stuff and find them eventually. So, thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're gonna jam a rogue AI into this little robot squid thing and then try to help it escape the base. because that's where the plot has gone. And we'll see you then.